philosopher? Yes, yes, yes.
Good evening, good morning, good night, good day. It's your boy Retro. Thank you for pressing
I
play.
think very deeply.
Come on, somebody lift up a shout to the Lord.
Yes, indeed. Good night, everybody. It's your boy Retro with you on tonight. You already know what it is, man. Keep it locked and don't you dare touch that dial. We got a great interview lined up for you with my main
So
man,
you're a
Cory, and his
philosopher?
lovely wife.
Yes,
So
yes,
keep it locked and don't you dare
yes,
touch that dial.
yes, yes. I think very deeply.
Shall not start up the mic then. We are up the mic them now. Shall not start up the mic then. We are not crank up the mic them now.
So you're a philosopher? Yes, 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 yes. I think
All
very
right, good folks.
deeply.
Again, it's your boy Retro. We want to thank you for
Yes,
pressing
yes,
play, being a part of the show on tonight. This is the day that the Lord has
I
made,
think
and
very
I will
deeply.
rejoice and I'm going to be glad in it. You know why? Because
I
God's been
think very
real good to me. In
deeply.
spite of the hell and the hellish
I think
behavior that we
very
got to deal with from
deeply.
time to time, real talk, God's been good to us all. And
I
so
think
I
very
want you to
deeply.
do me a favor. I know we got an interview to do, but I want for you to go ahead and say something to us in the comment section to glorify God, because in spite of it all, he's just good. He's good. All right. So go ahead and blow up the comment section. Also, we want to let you know that the telephone number to call if you want to be a part of this interview tonight. We're talking about purpose with the one and only Cory and his lovely wife. So that telephone number is 980-222-4492. It's scrolling or streaming or whatever at the bottom of the screen. So make sure you go ahead and hit us up on tonight. Okay. We got the phone line on deck for you. Lady McIver is in the building. She says, "Hey, everybody." Luis Gonzalez, good morning, good night. Yeah, it's nighttime. Good night. He says, "Mighty men of God." So God bless you and thank you for pressing play. Ariel Hernandez said, "But God." Now that's a testimony right there. But God, because we've all. Ooh, okay, let me move on. Let me move on, ladies and gentlemen. Without further ado, as you already know, I've already said it. We've got the one and only. You see his family down there in the bottom of the screen right there. Yeah, let's talk purpose. All right. So without any further ado, let's go ahead and bring this lovely, wonderful power couple. Anybody that's been married, over 5, 6 years, in my opinion, you a power couple, man. You a power couple. Cory and Vita. Did I get it right? Vita, right? Vita, there we go. Welcome to the show. Thank you for coming on and being a part of the Retro Philosophy Show. Can you hear me good?
Yeah, this is too
Okay,
much.
there we
This
go.
is too
Huh?
much.
It's
This is
oh
too much.
gosh. Okay, here we go already.
This is too
Is it too loud
much.
on your end?
No, no,
No.
no, not
Oh,
allowed. Hey,
okay, okay,
listen,
okay,
listen,
okay.
man.
All
The
right.
sound,
So
the view, everything is perfect. It's just too much. This is too much. You
it,
got
it's just
pictures
too much.
all over the place. You having. Thank you, audience. Thank you,
Yeah,
audience.
yeah. Okay, 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 okay. We got to bring on all the bells and whistles from a man. You know what I'm saying? So
I am
welcome
not
to the show,
worthy.
man. Huh?
I am not worthy of all that.
Oh man, you're more than worthy, man. You're more than worthy, man. So let's go ahead and get right into this thing, man. Who is this lovely queen sitting to my right? I guess your left.
Yeah, she on my left.
She's on your left, but from my screen, she got you on the right.
To the
But
left, to
who's
the
this
left.
lovely lady sitting next to you? Did you? I mean, do you got a gun pointed at her or something under the table?
Listen. I thought we wasn't gonna get into my personal
Oh,
business.
okay. My
Don't
bad.
be doing all that. Listen, blink twice if you in trouble things. All right, we ain't doing all that today. All right.
Yeah, man, that part right there. So how'd you meet this lovely young lady, man?
Man, I was minding my own business, and she just couldn't get enough of the kid. You
You
know,
just couldn't get
they,
enough,
they
huh?
say they say if you ignore the prettiest girl in the school, she gonna notice, and that's what
She gonna
happened.
notice.
Wait, don't laugh. Am I lying? Is that what happened? Come on, tell the
It is
people.
what happened.
Thank you. See, I was like,
Okay,
leave me alone.
okay. Hey, if it works, it works. If it
And that
works,
was
it works.
25 years ago.
Oh man, so y'all definitely a power couple, man. Y'all right up there with me and my wife, man.
Hey,
Went
you
through
know the
5
secret?
years. Look at that.
You want me to tell you the secret to keep it
Go ahead and tell me
going?
the secret. Tell me
I
the
just
secret.
keep ignoring her. She keep coming after me. See?
There you
Look,
go,
Oh,
man.
please.
look. See, I turn away. She come back behind me. She's like, "What's going on? Why you ignoring me?"
Yeah. Hey, if it works, right?
Yeah, there it is.
So 25 years. How old were you guys when you met? What grade were you guys in?
He was 15. I was 16.
Nice,
Ninth
nice.
and,
Man.
ninth and 10th grade.
Yeah,
She was driving the cradle, man. Let me tell you,
I'm telling you, man. Shame on you, girl. Shame on you.
I wasn't
You
ready.
know, you wasn't ready, huh?
I made him ready.
Okay, there you go.
Actually-
That part right there.
I actually knew her of her
Uh-huh.
since elementary school.
Okay.
We went to the same elementary school. Then we went
Mm-hmm.
to the same junior high school. And in high school, when I started ignoring her, that's when she was like, "Hello."
Hey, wait a minute. Why is this guy ignoring me?
Exactly. Exactly.
So, all right. So you guys met in high school,
Hmm.
and you was 15, she was 16. Oh, cradle robber. And
Yeah.
and so how did Vita, right? Vita, right?
Yes.
How did Vita change your life, Cory? Or did she change your life?
Oh man, she God used her to bring many challenges that
Uh-huh.
shaped me into who I am. Change. It's no change. We grew together. You know what I
Okay.
mean? This is what it is. I don't know a life outside of that.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
there was no change here. This is just how was she part of my
Yeah.
my life? Like every aspect, she was there. It was always
Wow.
her. You know.
Wow. I bring this up quite a bit when when I got a situation similar to what we got here tonight. Have you guys saw the movie Hancock with Will Smith?
I think we did.
John Hancock. Yeah.
Yeah,
we
Hancock, right? So he's got superpowers, and come to find out, this lady that for some odd reason he's drawn to has superpowers too. He
Right.
doesn't know who she is, and he doesn't understand the connection.
He
But
didn't remember.
he didn't remember. But he quickly finds out that no matter how far apart he gets from her, there's something that's going to draw him
Always
to her,
draw them
right?
back. Yep.
And so when it comes to love, I believe that that's true. Now, you know that God put us to sleep and pulled out of us a rib, and out of that rib he made that woman, right?
Right.
And so I often tell people whenever I do weddings, this is not a union, this is a reunion, because when your rib comes back, it's a reunion, man. You know what I'm saying? And so congratulations for 25 years. Tonight we're going to showcase the word, the thought, the concept, purpose. What does purpose mean to you guys?
Man, we was literally just talking about that like
10 minutes ago.
like 10,
Okay.
15 minutes ago. Like, on my way home from work, we on the phone and we just talking about finding that one thing that we're great at. We're good at a lot of things, but I just wanted to find that one niche to set things off. And she was like, "Yeah, I feel the same way." But purpose to me is what God aligns you for, what He keeps aligning you for. Like, in spite of your plans, God has a greater plan. And I was telling her that too. Like, she went to school for something completely different from where she's at now, but she enjoys it. And it's like, you thought this is what you wanted to do, but here you are being great at something that you had no interest in. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's interesting how God can do that to us.
Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
yeah. So Vita, when you met this guy here sitting to your left or to your right, what happened? How did you know he was the one?
He was different.
He was different.
He
He
wasn't
definitely different.
Facts.
he wasn't after me.
Okay,
That was the appeal.
Yeah. That's what's up. That's what's up. So, cause to get married now is, I mean, that's a big commitment, man. Because I remember when we were getting married, the count. Well, I'll just say this was some strong advice that we were given. Marriage is till death do us part. Ain't no, and so when we got married, we went into it without the option of getting out of it. We took that off the table. We didn't even have it on the shelf just in case of an emergency or anything like that. So when we met our problems, we had no choice but to work through them. You know what I'm saying? And so I don't know about you, but I believe that marriage is something that's really powerful. You know what I mean? So how did you could marry that guy? Or maybe I should say, why did you say yes?
I couldn't imagine my life without him.
Ooh, man. Come on, Cory. You got a gun on her, don't you, man?
Well,
she that's
she
good.
actually proposed first.
Okay.
Stop saying that.
All right, is it not true?
It was a joke.
It was a joke. Okay.
I hate when he says that.
Did you propose first?
Oh my god.
Did you propose first? Did you not?
I did.
Okay,
I
thank
did.
you. That's it.
Okay, so
like
did you propose or was it a proposition?
Here we go.
Okay, it was a proposition. Yeah, okay. I'm gonna help you out, Vita. I'm gonna help you out. I'm gonna help you out a little bit there.
Thank you.
Yeah. Sandra Gonzalez is watching. She said, yes, that's the way it should always be. Do you guys believe in love at first sight?
I'm gonna say no.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
No.
Because at first sight, she was she was pretty. That's not love. You know, look good. Yeah, that's still not love. And she was annoying. That definitely wasn't love.
Right.
Love didn't kick in until I realized that, I actually like that. This is something different. She's annoying and getting on my nerves, but when I shake away and I end up missing it, like, wait, hold on. Somebody ain't come to school today.
Yeah.
It's kind of peaceful up in here,
Yeah.
And that's where the love starts to grow.
So as we go back to the word, the concept, the thought, purpose, is it your purpose to be her husband? And is it your purpose to be his wife? Is that what you were made for, you believe?
I think so.
Okay. Cory?
I had to answer too.
Yeah, absolutely. If she got to, you got to.
Yes,
I'm trying to start some trouble up in here.
It's my purpose to be a husband. And I'm not just answering that question. That's the delivery man. Guard dog. All right. So for those who try to come up in here, be careful. So I'm not just answering the question. I actually see it. Like when she's at her low of lows, it's like God gives me the words to give. Like I don't know. I don't be know. Like I be hearing myself speak, and it's like she's like, "Oh, you always say that thing that just brings me back off the edge," and I'm like, "Wow, that's what's up."
Yeah. So you didn't realize it was hitting so accurate, but it did.
Yep.
That's powerful. That's powerful because I do believe that when we are in position that God placed us in, he will. It's just like the Bible, it talks about we don't even know how to pray as we ought to, but the Spirit itself maketh intercession for us. So in other words, when we are where God is supposed, when we are where we are supposed to be, God will impute unto us that which we're not even really able to do because we're in that position. And even though you love her and she love you, you still have the position of a husband, excuse me, and you have the position of a wife. Talk to me, Cory, if you could, about the position of a husband in your point of view. When you hear the word husband, you're a husband. What comes to mind? What's your job? What's your role? What's your responsibility? Because we're talking about purpose.
You want to put me out there in Front Street. I'm gonna say it like I say it.
Say it like you say it, brother man. Say it like you say it.
I'm the bacon bringer. She the bacon fryer.
You acting like your daddy now.
I'm the man. She the woman.
Yeah.
My rib with and without barbecue sauce on the rib.
Come on now.
the role of the husband, man. We the protectors. Love your wife as Christ loved the church. You know, and I will move and do anything just to make things right here. You know, I ain't with that old happy wife, happy life things. I think we both need to be happy. I'm not gonna sacrifice my happiness, you know, just to keep her happy. Those type of things just get a little crazy. Now I do go out of my way. I do some annoying things that I don't want to do just to make her smile, and things is right. And then she bring it back my way, and everybody's happy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, I'm the pastor of the house. That sums it up right there.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not sitting on a throne as a king waiting to be served. You know, when she's down, I do throw it in the apron and I'm serving too. You know, and I'm out, I'm cooking. You know, I ain't much of a cleaner. I got 3 dishwashers, 219, 17.
Come on now.
I don't do that no more.
Right. You done elevated.
But you know, I help when I can, and I'm not just sitting here holier, mighty king.
Right.
I do get treated like one, and I get in trouble for being spoiled. She spoiled me, and now I'm the problem. I don't understand.
Yeah. My wife done spoiled me too when it comes to stuff like that, you know. And then after all these years, first of all, when we met, you started doing this. I got comfortable. I'm good at being comfortable. And now, 25 years later, you want me to start cooking? Look at here now. I'll pass the potatoes, but I mean, to start now is just uncivilized.
Don't do that.
I'm telling you, man. I'm with you on that, man.
False advertising. You know what I mean? This is what you're gonna do for me.
Come on now.
She used to get out of school first because you know she was a senior. You know, I was a junior because she's a cradle robber, and so she had less classes, so she would get out first. She would go to my house and clean my room.
Come on here.
So when I get home and the room ain't clean, she go, "Why you ain't cleaning?" I'm like, "Since when?" I ain't been doing this for 25 years. Now I gotta clean the room. So you've been doing this from day one. This is why I married you.
First of all, my wife is watching, and she should have been up here next beside me, you know.
Actually, but you didn't tell me she was gonna be there too.
Nevertheless, she is participating. She says, "Happy house, happy spouse." Actually, happy spouse, happy house.
Exactly.
You know, and so it's not happy wife, happy life, even though there's some truth to it. But if that wife has any wisdom, come on, somebody. I feel like preaching already. If that wife has any wisdom, she'll understand that his happiness is important too. So with that said and done, happy spouse, happy house, whose happiness comes first? I mean, can we both be happy at the same time? Does there come a time where, you know, Vita has to say, well, I'm gonna put mine aside to make him happy so that I can then be happy? How does it work for you guys?
Well, you was about to say something. Go ahead. You was about to say something.
I think it's 50-50.
Okay.
I think a marriage is a partnership. And in that partnership, sometimes you're up, sometimes you're down. That's why it's a partnership, because you have somebody else to bring it in when you can't.
Nice.
70-30.
70-30.
I sacrifice my happiness to make sure that I'm able to go beyond the depths of unhappy before it starts to show. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel, well, they said women are the weaker vessel, you know?
Okay.
And so I feel I'm able to endure more.
Okay.
And it's mentally and definitely physically. And I'm willing to take on a lot before I let it trickle down to her. Like, I will take it on myself and deal with it and make sure she's good. And if I find myself overwhelmed, at least she's good enough to say, let me carry this burden with you. I feel that it came at us at the same time. And not only I got to deal with it, but then watching her struggle with whatever it is just too much. It's too much, because then that makes me even weaker, watching her struggle.
Yeah.
You know, it's like having a sick child, like with all parents. You feel the same way. Your child's sick, you're like, man, I just wish I could just take that from you and have it myself and let you go run and play. You know, give me that sickness, or give me that burden you bearing right now. So
All right. Nelson is watching with us tonight. And again, thank you, Nelson, for pressing play. He's watching on YouTube. And he said what I was thinking, but I was going to let you finish. So, Nelson, thank you for breaking the ice there. He said each has to put 100% of one another. You know, because a partnership now, if me and Cory partners and I'm only putting in 50 and he putting in 50, I don't know how long that business is gonna last because we're not really giving it our all. I'm depending on his 50, and then I'm putting my 50 with his 50. But a partnership means if I got 100 and you got 100, we got 200. So
yeah, I get
know,
that. But the breakdown of 50-50, the way I think she was describing it, is more than just what we putting in, but
okay.
more on the decisions, more
Oh,
on
okay, nice. Good
the,
clarification.
the
Good clarification.
choices, and it's 50-50. But I say no to that, and I've been telling her that no, it
Uh-huh.
doesn't work that way, because if you say no
Mhm.
and I'm saying yes, where's the mediator?
So that comes down to the head of the house.
That comes down to the head of the house. Now, I'm
Right.
not saying my words, bond, my way, highway, whatever. I'm responsible enough to take what it is, and we both weigh the pros and cons. And
Mhm.
now a decision has to be made. I'm gonna make the decision and do it, and then it's gonna be my fault, whatever. If it's great, and if it's wrong, it's gonna be her fault. Now, either it's good or it's not.
Right.
I'll take it on. And then she's like, "Oh, see, if you had listened to me," and I'm like, "You know what? You was right. Next time we know."
Yeah.
So it
And I
has
think
to,
we've all
the
been
decision
there.
has to
That's
be
good.
made.
Right. Yeah. So Vito, you're good with him having the veto power.
Be honest now.
Okay, we'll move on. We'll move on.
Oh no, we not moving on. I answered all our tough questions. She gonna get they go that 7-30 again. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. So here's the thing, right? Okay, so Vita is like, nah, I wanna we need to do this, and you like, okay, and then you do it and it falls apart, it doesn't work. Guess what the responsibility gonna fall back on anyway. Oh, okay. You already know.
And
So
our personal issue with this relationship, forget everybody else,
yeah,
that I have an alpha female as a wife. All right,
okay.
for everyone listening, whatever.
Yeah.
She's very on a leader tip. She's always at the head of whatever's happening. No matter where she go and what she do, she's always end up that person. All right,
Right.
you gonna be in charge. She started her own. Well, go ahead, talk about your sorority. And I don't want to start.
I am an alpha female.
Okay.
I consider myself a strong, dominant, independent woman.
Mhm.
So it is a challenge at times to follow because I'm usually the lead.
Mm-hmm.
So I think in a marriage, I have to step back sometimes.
Okay.
And sometimes I don't.
No.
But for the most part, he is dealing with a very headstrong person.
Okay. So when
I did start my own sorority. We
Mhm.
are 22 years in the making.
Nice.
I am the head of 2 sickle cell foundations. I am in charge a lot. I am in charge of my children. He is in charge of the house, but I am in charge of the kids.
I'm in charge
Okay.
of the kids. I spoil them.
That's not being in charge. So it is.
Yeah.
It can be a struggle. For
Mhm.
25 years, I think I'm okay.
She hope.
So you guys by now you guys have worked out some of the kinks and so you guys know how to deal with it. I mean,
Yes.
because I'm saying 25 years, you know what I'm saying, that's successful there.
Love
That's
conquers a
definitely successful.
multitude. I'm gonna leave it there. Love conquers a multitude. I'm just gonna leave it right there.
It love covers a multitude. It really does, bro. It really does. So for those of you who may just be joining, we have Cory and Vita with us on tonight. We're talking purpose. And we found out that they've been married for 25 years.
We've been together 25 years.
I'm trying to say we got married at the age of 16.
We didn't get married as kids.
We didn't grow up in the South.
Okay.
It wasn't no Southern shotgun wedding.
We've been married 14 years.
So when did y'all get married and how long has it been since you guys been married?
14 years.
14. Okay.
She had
That's
to
cool.
research that, by the way.
I did.
Yeah.
I caught her out there plenty of times. How long have you been married? She carry the one. Do you carry the one? No.
14
That
years.
part. 14. That's good, man. Congratulations, anyhow, man. And how many kids? I think you said 3.
3.
3. So tell me about the kids. I understand you guys have twins.
Yes.
And how old
They
are the twins?
They'll be 20 in March.
20 in March. And the twins are not identical twins. They
No.
are what do you
Fraternal.
call it? Maternal or fraternal?
Fraternal.
Fraternal. Okay.
Mhm.
They are fraternal. Let's see here. See if I can put them. And that's a picture of the beautiful family right down there in the bottom of the screen there. And don't they just look nice and just look at y'all? Look at y'all. Look at
I
y'all.
make
Y'all
some
doing the
gorgeous
doggone
kids,
thing.
man. I make some
Come
gorgeous
on now.
kids.
Come
you know
on
what I'm
now.
saying? They get it from their daddy.
Whatever.
Yes, indeed. So how was it raising kids? Did you guys run into any challenges?
Oh,
Okay.
I'm gonna take a break. I'll see y'all later.
Okay, all right. Cory gonna take a break. We'll be back after these messages.
We roll commercial real quick.
It was special. It
the
was
kid-
special.
It was
We were
special.
young.
It's special.
We were young.
Was
I
hell.
Okay.
was 22. He was 21. It was not
Okay.
easy. They were unexpected. They were unplanned.
Hell.
They made us grow up.
Kids will
fast.
do that. Kids will do that.
Yes.
She's
Yeah.
easy to say special, a little challenging, because she didn't
Uh-huh.
deal with postpartum depression. Oh no, I had to learn the hard way that don't just affect the women; it affects
No.
the man too.
You come on now.
Postpartum depression. I'd have never thought. I'd have never thought that joint jumped on me like a rattlesnake in the bush, and I'm
Wow.
like, "What is wrong with me?" I was tripping.
I-
This was
Really?
born.
I almost died.
Yes, that was a thank you
Okay.
after the birth.
Yes.
About
Now,
2
as a
months
result of the birth or something separate.
the birth.
The birth.
Okay.
I
So
wound up having a C-section.
okay.
My right lung collapsed from the
Wow.
pneumonia. They sent me home.
And
And he forced me to go back. I did not want to leave my babies. He finally
Yes.
said, please. I went to the bathroom. I came out and EMS was in the kitchen.
me and EMS standing there like, yeah. Now
And-
how we gonna
Yeah.
do this?
Forced me to go back to the hospital. I'm glad I did because my right lung completely collapsed. And I wound up in the hospital.
For forever. It was
Wow.
what, a week?
It was a week.
It
He said
felt
was
like forever. Now you got her in the hospital, right?
Uh-huh.
2 newborns at home alone.
Yeah.
With who? Me. They
Brand
crying.
new daddy.
They crying, looking at me. I'm
Crying.
crying, looking at them. I don't know what to do.
Yeah.
What do you want me to do? I can't do nothing. This is us. It's just us, man.
Wow.
We can figure this out though. I did a AVB. The whole family came over to the house. I had 14 aunts show up.
Wow.
We're gonna make this happen. Don't worry, you're gonna be all right. I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna be all right.
That's beautiful.
And then the milk ran out.
you,
My aunt was like,
didn't,
yeah,
you didn't have to pump?
my bad. My aunt was like, you got to get milk for these babies. What we doing here?
Wow.
I'm like,
Wow.
but you want a whole 2%? What? She says, no, you got to get the Similac milk, this, that, and the third. Go down and use the wick. I went to get it. On my way there, ran into a friend on the train. Burst out into tears, started crying while he was asking me, how's things going? I'm
Wow,
crying in
yeah.
the subway. I'm like, I'm bugging
Yeah.
out. Went from the subway, went to the WIC office. Told the lady, listen, I need this. My babies need milk. We running low. She said, well, I'm sorry. We can't do nothing until Monday. It's Friday. Whoa, my kids ain't going to make it that far. I'm crying again. She's like,
Wow.
sir, you don't have to. I'm like, no, it's not you. It's just, I got allergies or something.
yeah.
Postpartum's kicking in. I'm like, I'm tripping. I'm like, all right, the WIC office right around the corner from the hospital. I'm gonna go see her. She's in there. Since I'm here. Oh, and she gave me the WIC, by the way. Thank God. She was like, don't worry, young black man, I'm gonna hook you up. Here's a little something. It's gonna get you through the week. Appreciate it, sister, but I'm not really crying. I just got eye issue.
Yeah.
Got the WIC. I'm happy. Boom. We had to get the milk. I'm around the corner from the hospital. Might as well go see my baby. Hey,
Right.
I'm gonna go see her, see how she doing. I get to the hospital. The security guard goes, sorry, sir. Visiting hours don't start for another hour. I go, okay. He's like, you all right? No, I'm cool. I'm cool, man. Now you don't have to cry. No, I'm not crying. I'm just, having a tough day. He said, no, listen, man. You go upstairs and see her. You be all right. So I'm like, all right, I gotta stop this. This is ridiculous. I'm going to go see her. She's probably worried about the kids. I gotta stop crying. I'm in the elevator pumping myself up. Like, yeah, I'm gonna get it together. I get off the elevator, I go to the room, I open the door, take a peek inside. She's laying there with the tubes all in her mouth, her throat and all that. She goes, "Hi, baby. How's the babies?" I burst out crying. I was like, "Oh my God, I can't do this."
Come on, Cory.
Like,
Come
what's
on
the
now.
matter? I was like, I just can't. I don't know. I just can't. And it was crazy. Spent the whole rest of the day crying. My mom was
Wow.
like, "You got postpartum depression, man. You
So
dealing with
at what point did you well, first of all, let me say this. We want to say good night to Robbie and Etrican. I probably butchered that, brother. I'm sorry. He says hello from Pastor Robbie with Kingdom Riders New Hope Crew. Nelson says that you guys both compliment each other, and seems to me you both know when to humble yourselves to each other. That's a pretty important statement and observation, or a pretty important observation and statement. What do you guys say
I
about
don't know,
that?
Mr. Nelson, you reaching. You ain't get to know us. Where do you get along with me? Humility.
Oh boy,
He said
I tell
humility.
you.
You humble yourself. You see?
Next question.
Next question. Let's keep it moving. Let's see here. Darren West says God knew God knew what he was doing, putting you two together. Wonderful couple and family. Now you've got to realize that even though we have issues, we have strong points, we have good things about us that, in my opinion, will outweigh the quirks or whatever. And I think it's a wise individual to be able to see the worth beyond a few little hiccups, if you will.
Mhm.
Absolutely.
Uh-huh.
And
Yeah.
by the way, Pastor West,
Uh-huh.
one of our Righteous Riders members who moved to Texas.
Nice.
You know,
He's where?
He's in Texas.
Okay. Nice. What part of Texas?
He's in Dallas.
Dallas. Hey, look here,
he's
Pastor.
a Cowboys fan now too.
Pastor, look here.
You like that, Mr.
I'm
West?
coming through Dallas next month. Okay. And so
that,
I'm gonna
West?
get your information and I'm gonna holler at a righteous rider while I'm coming through Dallas.
You do that.
We're gonna make it happen.
And
We're gonna make
remember,
it happen.
he's a Dallas fan. I'm telling the world
man.
that all three viewers. He's a
man.
Dallas fan.
Oh man.
No, he's not.
He is right now. So hold that.
He said not.
Oh boy, God is good all the time, and all the time He's good. So Cory, at what point did you break out of the the allergy thing? What
Yeah, allergies. Right.
Yeah,
When I
yeah.
came home.
When you came home,
When I came home.
because
I was kind of suppressing it, like heavy. I didn't talk to nobody. It was just me and my boys. I was talking to them. That was it. I was talking to the kids, and oh man, it was bad.
Wow. Okay. So you got the twins. They're growing and everything, and then because you got and then the your third child. How far apart are your kids?
Very
12 and a half years apart.
Very.
Oh.
I was free.
Okay.
I was free. I saw the promised land.
Yeah.
I was at the mountaintop. And I was like, yo, these kids is gonna be on their own soon. We're gonna have life,
sir.
baby. We're gonna be able to we sell everything and just try life somewhere else. Let's
Just
West
get out
Coast,
while you
this,
can.
that, and the other. But circumstances, cancer scare got us.
Keanu was our surprise baby. The last one is our surprise baby. I was 32. I was diagnosed with cancer. And
Really?
I went through radiation, and I was told that I could not have any more children.
Not that we were planning.
We were done. We had two at one
Yeah.
time. We were content. And my sister called me on her birthday and said she had a dream I was pregnant. And I took a test, and lo and behold,
And that's
I was
why,
pregnant.
and that's why me and her sister don't
Somebody
get
should
along.
have woke her up.
And
I was like,
Sitting there dreaming.
you ate something
she
wrong that
dreamt
night.
it, and it was true. Keanu
Well-
was difficult. We were told to get we were told to get rid of him, that he was not a viable pregnancy.
Yeah.
Obviously 7 years later.
Hold on, man. You can't skip the good part. So the doctor told her, listen, abort this thing. There's nothing happening in here.
There's no heartbeat.
There's no heartbeat.
Wow.
He's done. So on Valentine's Day, he had an appointment to go to the doctor
Sonogram.
to get the sonogram to make sure. and the doctor was looking for the heart. And I told her, I says, while everybody else is giving hearts on Valentine's Day, I'm listening for my son's heart. That's the only heart I wanted to see. I wanted to hear.
Yeah.
And we heard the heartbeat
on Valentine's Day.
On Valentine's Day, I got
Nice.
I got my heart.
Now, at that point, did the allergies kick back in?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm such a wuss. I got 3
Them
boys.
darn
I'm
allergies.
such a wuss. I don't understand.
Yeah. So
God
let me
knew not to
back.
give me a daughter.
Let me back up just so I can kind of get my grip here. So you guys met young, you married several years later, you had your twins, and for those, most of the folks on here know, but just in case someone's watching that doesn't know, you are the president of Righteous Riders out of New York, right?
Righteous Riders originated in Harlem, New York. Now,
Yes, sir.
currently, since I made my move to New Jersey, and my father followed me, which he did.
Okay.
We are based out of Piscataway, New Jersey now.
Okay, so Righteous Riders, New Jersey, and so at what point did that come in play, and what led you to start a motorcycle ministry?
Well, my father was always part of a club since before I was born. Back in Harlem, the Black Falcons, not the Black Falcons.
Unicorns.
Thank you. The Black Unicorns. Black Falcons was up in the Bronx. He was Black Unicorns at the age of 16, racing bikes. He started the Harlem Buccaneers, which birthed a lot of Harlem clubs that we know of today. I know Big Shots is one of them. I can't really name the rest offhand. And he got saved.
Okay.
And I was always around. Like, I was his buddy. He always took me everywhere. I was always there. I was riding his 1100, his Gixxer 1100 at the age of 13.
It's a lot of bike.
Yeah, and I used to ride with the Buccaneers, like around Harlem though. I wasn't getting on the highway, nothing crazy, but they'd keep me like in the midst of them, and while I'm riding through the city streets and whatever the case may be, and up her block, by the way. Yeah,
you got to try to do that impress thing. Yeah,
she's checking me
rev it
out
up and all that stuff.
Yeah, man.
I feel you.
Was
I'm
that
with
Cory
you
on a motorcycle?
Yeah,
Like
showing
him.
off.
So he got saved. He felt uncomfortable at the clubhouse, and we go to every year. We go to the motorcycle show at the Jacob Javits Center in New York, and he saw CMA. CMA was posted up in there. He spoke to them. They was on the phone back and forth for a while. I was in college at the time. And he told me when I had come home for visit or holidays, he was like, "Yo, I'm CMA wants me to start a Christian chapter out of New York." And I was like, "All right." And I was looking at the brochures and stuff, and something just wasn't right. I'm like, I don't know, man. This don't look like us. You know what I mean? and then like I guess I'm not even gonna say all that on here, but a lot of they pictures and they brochures and stuff was stuff I was a little uncomfortable with. I was seeing certain flags I didn't like in some of the brochures, and I said, why don't we just start our own? And he was like, well, okay, we'll be the first. Because before other than CMA, this is all I knew. I didn't know about the other motorcycle ministries that were around. So we was like, all right, cool. We'll be the first ones. We spread through Harlem, blah, blah, blah. We got the game sold up. No big deal. I went and got advice. And then one of my coworkers told me that he was in a motorcycle ministry. And I was like, oh, wow. Where you guys based out of? And at the time, we still in Harlem. And he was in like Old Bridge, New Jersey. And he was telling me, because we was going to be Righteous Riders for Christ MC Motorcycle Club. And he said, you don't want to put MC on your patch, and you don't want to rock the 3-part rocker and all that other stuff. He schooled me on, the outlaw clubs and what they look for. And if you're MM, one single patch, don't claim no territory, then you're pretty much out of their scopes. Although some still, want you to come and, present yourself and all that other stuff, but not in Harlem. That's not how they get down. So that's how the whole thing started. Pastor Waldron of First Corinthian gave me resources to get it going, because he also rides. His church is in Harlem, 116th Street, huge church in Harlem. I think.
So how old were you at that point?
How old
30.
was I?
4.
By the
Okay,
time it all
34.
got started, like from the
Yeah.
idea to actually happen, like it was an idea that we kind of wrestled with for a while. Like I got
Mhm.
out of college, life happened, twins happened, all
Right,
that
that's
other
what I'm
stuff.
getting
That
at.
stuff was put on the back burner.
Okay. Yeah.
And then once things got like calmed down and situated, and then I moved, and then Righteous Riders started.
Okay.
So how old is Keanu? Keanu's 7. Righteous Riders is 7 years old. So I was about
Okay.
30.
Okay, so you got the twins, and so you started the motorcycle ministry right about the time when your last baby was born.
Right.
Mhm.
Right before
Okay.
he was born.
Right. Okay, so right before he was born. Okay,
Yeah.
okay, good deal, good deal. Okay, and so then you got the little baby that comes in, and you're in the office, and they're telling you, no heartbeat. Valentine's Day, you get the heartbeat, the allergies kick back in, and
Right.
then let's go ahead and pick up from there.
So he was born,
Uh-huh.
and we got the bad report. Not really. We didn't get the report first. It's really dirty. Not dirty, but inconsiderate on how they tell you this thing, and we got a brochure in the mail that says
Understanding sickle cell anemia.
understanding sickle cell anemia, how to deal with a child with sickle cell. And I'm like,
What?
Wow.
did they get this wrong, or did everybody get one of these? Is this for everybody? Do our son have sickle cell? And we called the doctors and stuff, and they was like, yeah, he tested positive for sickle cell anemia.
We
And
found out when he was 6 weeks old.
and not just like the twins with the trait. He was full blown. He had the
Wow.
SS, the worst strand.
I know that had to be difficult.
Oh, it shook everything to the core. It actually shook the marriage to the core. It was deep. It was heavy, because I always, like, when we got married, I was saying, like, I don't want no more kids. That's it. Let's just, let's be us three. And then when he came, and then that happened, it was just like, ugh. Like, it had me.
It was a
not,
test of faith.
Yeah, it was a lot.
So
But
wow. So now the marriage is being strained. You're going through, and I can only imagine. Thank God for bringing you guys through. But I can only imagine that, Cory, you're probably dealing with it one way. Via Vita, you're probably dealing with it another way, processing it, because I do believe that men and women, we process things differently, and sometimes as we process it differently, there's sometimes that misunderstanding that kind of gets in there. So you guys are, each other's rib and all that sweet stuff you were saying earlier. Was that stuff still there?
it was there. It just wasn't strong enough to cover the pain that was just there. And like, oh my God. I drive a bus. I work for New York City Transit, and I get a lot of downtime on the bus when I'm in between trips. And I think for like a month, maybe 2 months straight, I cried on every trip.
Wow.
I cried, I screamed, I was begging God, like, why? I was cursing God, like, why? Like, why? Like, what did I do to deserve this? Like, not my son. Like, really? Like, take this away. You are able to do all things. Take it away. Like, what's the problem? Let the miracle start here. Let him be the first one. Let him make the magazines. Kid has sickle cell. All of a sudden, I wanted a miracle. I wanted it now, and I felt we deserved it. I did not feel we deserved that. And that was that postpartum thing was light work, man. This was extra. This was extra. Every church service after, I'm a deacon, was a deacon at a church in Second Canaan Baptist Church in Harlem, and I was no good to nobody. I was no good to nobody. And then every time special prayer came up, I'm the one up front crying. Like, it was heavy, really, really heavy. And it brought me closer to God.
Okay.
So it brought me closer.
How about you, Vita?
I dealt with it different. I went through the self-blaming phase because we both knew we had the trait. We knew the twins were okay. They just had the trait. But I went into, there's a reason. So I went into full-blown why mode. Why does he have it? Why did we get his heartbeat? Why is this happening to us? How are we going to change things? How are we going to deal with this? He's been through a lot. He's 7. He's had 37 admissions, 6 blood transfusions, 3 operations, 4 plasma transfusions. He's been through a lot.
And the partridge and the pear tree.
Wow, that's a lot.
He's been through a lot, but through it, I think we found our purpose.
There we go. There we go. Let's talk about that purpose, because sometimes if we're not careful, we will lose sight of, God's hand in all of this, because we're so focused on the pain of the prognosis or the situation or the circumstances, and sometimes we miss the purpose that we were built for. I like what you said a while ago, Cory. You said that the postmortem or whatever was light work, but yet still it was preparation for what you didn't know was coming down the pipeline. And so how do you guys look at it now in retrospect, if you will?
I still hate the fact that he has it.
Absolutely.
But through it, we've been able to make significant changes just in bringing awareness, advocating, especially me. I'm a researcher. A doctor can't tell me anything that I'm not going to research on my own. I've been placed on committees through the hospital. We have 2 sickle cell foundations. Right now, we've raised almost $35,000. I think we've probably raised about $35,000. We've done a lot thus far, and we have a lot more to come.
Man, we did a documentary on sickle cell along with my friend Henry, his wife Dajan, and we started a foundation called the No More Pain Sickle Cell Movement. And the documentary got picked up and was put into what was it? The film festival, the People's Choice Film Festival, a couple of years ago. Keanu, that's the 7-year, that's the little one's name. Keanu got his name in Robert Wood Johnson as what is it? The research funding?
Yeah, Keanu Emmanuel Davis Fund for Sickle Cell Research and Robert Wood Johnson.
His name is there. Like
right.
She was part of the groundbreaking ceremony for the new Cancer Institute
New Jersey
that they building. She's also on the committee with them. The doctor brings her to teach with her.
For the last 6 years, I've been in Robert Wood. I teach first year medical students
at Rutgers
University about sickle cell and
wow.
the family aspect of it and how to deal with families when you're dealing with a family with a child that has a disease like this. So I think through that we found a lot of what we're supposed to be doing.
So and you guys
with Righteous Riders, we've been able to our bike blessing every year.
Righteous Riders has started right around
the time of his diagnosis.
Yeah, so our first bike blessing hasn't gotten off the ground yet, and my members, especially Mr. West, they saw my pain, and also Mr. West has his son also has sickle cell, so he was one of the clutches I had to lean on. To know that, it's going to be times hard, but it's going to be more good than bad. It's going to be all right. I ain't never forgot that. And they all decided when we was like, our bike blessings is going to be charity event based. What are we going to donate to? And anonymous decision said sickle cell. And then I was like, all right, so what are we going to do next year? And they all just kept saying sickle cell. Let's just leave it there. Since. So every year we just do sickle cell.
So Righteous Riders are riding, walking, standing, and the purpose that it was created for. Now, you thought you were just, coming up with a motorcycle ministry just because you love riding and so on and so forth. But God had another plan. See, he sits high and looks low. You know what I mean? And so now you have a group of godly men and women who are standing behind you, supporting you, and together you guys are walking in purpose. And you said you've raised how much today?
About $35,000.
That's good. That's good. Some people, well, I'll leave that alone. My wife said, some stuff is best just left right there, but my wife says through the mail, so inconsiderate. So as you're working with these, with the professor and things of that nature, have you been able to address that method of notifying families?
Absolutely. What? I made such a bad stink about that. They do not.
That alpha female came out.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Mama
okay.
Came out.
Yeah.
So that is not. Yeah. No, that's not. It's not the norm anymore. Does it
Good,
still
good,
happen? I'm
good,
sure
good.
it does, but is it the norm? Absolutely not.
Good, good. I want to say this to you guys as I encourage you. First and foremost, let me say this. Bishop Bruce K. Shaw out of Springfield, Massachusetts. He pastors over at New Hope Pentecostal Church, where I grew up at, in that church under the leadership of his father, Bishop Marion Shaw. But Bruce was born with sickle cell. But he no longer has sickle cell. He was given, I forget how old they gave him to live, and he's, I think Bishop is now in his 60s or something like that. So God has healed him from sickle cell, you know. So I just want to put that in the atmosphere, because they overcome by the blood of the lamb and the words of their testimony. And what I want to say is this: sometimes you have to walk through some pain before you can walk in your purpose, you know.
Mhm.
And you guys have certainly walked through some pain, but you are now walking in your purpose. And I pray that God continues to open doors for you and righteous riders, so that you guys can continue to do great things. How is your son? What's his name?
Keanu,
Keanu. And he's 7 years old now.
he's 7. Yep.
7 years old. So how's because I know it's painful. How is he? How's the little trooper doing? How's he handling it and dealing with it, and how does he cope?
He's
the
good right now.
strongest person I know, man. Like,
Wow.
yo, he be dealing with this stuff and taking it on and then bouncing back like it never happened. Like, he turned it all the way around once
Was
it's
it
done.
last year, April?
What do you mean?
Last year, April,
Hmm.
his lung collapsed,
Oh my.
his kidneys stopped working. He had pneumonia. Well, they call it acute chest syndrome. And 4 days later, he walked out the hospital.
Trooper.
Like
Trooper.
nothing
Soldier.
ever
He got
happened.
his spleen removed. He had that surgery. It was 2.
Yeah.
Had his spleen removed.
Wow.
And the day after the surgery, the doctor said, "Look, we got to get this kid up out the bed. He has to move around because he was
Yeah.
just done."
Yeah.
And he didn't want to stand up. He felt the pain in every movement of his body. He was like, no, like every time if you had to take him to the bathroom, he'd be like, gently, gently, easy, easy, like
Yeah.
how people.
Yeah.
So I ran home. I grabbed his tricycle and I brought it to the hospital. And I read and I rolled past his room, clinging the bell. Cling, 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 cling. He got up out that bed.
Yeah.
He jumped on that tricycle and he was
Ready to
flying
roll.
to the hospital,
Yeah.
flying.
The day after.
Nice.
The surgeons came off the elevator. He flew past them. Cling, 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 cling.
Yeah.
They
Getting it.
were like, what?
Was that our
He a
patient?
little righteous rider. He a little righteous rider.
Yes,
he is.
he has a vest. He leads us in the parades.
Yes. He
Nice.
started riding at 1. He was 1 year
Nice.
old. He got his first motorcycle.
Nice. That's beautiful.
He leads us in the parades. We do the Harlem Day Parade every year. Well, not for the past 2 years due to the virus, but we do the African American Day Parade in Harlem. And
Okay.
he'll lead him and my other nephews. They got little motorcycles. They all got their vests. And we go up 7th Avenue praying for folks, playing the gospel music, giving out Bibles. Other
That's
ministries
beautiful.
come and join with us sometimes. It's a beautiful thing.
So when they see that purple patch, you know, going through Harlem, New Jersey, wherever it is that y'all going, they need to know that you guys are doing more than just riding motorcycles. You guys are
Absolutely.
walking in and fulfilling purpose and literally changing lives. Let's go to a couple comments from the viewers. Cory and Anita, she said Anita, but yeah, Anita. She said, "Thank you both for sharing your testimony and for being real." You know, of course, I haven't walked in your shoes and I haven't walked the mile that you've walked, but I don't think you can get through what you guys have gotten through being fake and fictitious.
Not at all.
Fictitious, you know,
There's no
you
way.
you got to be real with yourself and everything. Like you said, Cory, you know, you cursed God, you was mad and all this and that. Dude, those are emotions that will get you, you know. And so, I mean, you just can't be fake about it, man. You got to keep it 100, keep it a buck, as they say, right?
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
Darren says, I applaud you. Let's see here. Let me get his comment up. He says, I applaud and appreciate how how you two have stretched your faith while navigating through this young fella's experience. Amen. Amen. That's beautiful, man.
You
And
doing
so I
so
think we got a few more comments here. Look at God. Amen. Amen. And then Darren says, praise God. Corey, you guys are doing great work up there, man. If there are any listeners who are not familiar with Righteous Riders, but have been touched by your story and wanted to contribute, how can they do so? How can they do so?
And she the treasurer. You see, she looked at me.
I thought my camera
Yeah,
froze. I was like, darn internet, you know.
follow, follow us on our Righteous Riders page. Is on Facebook. Righteous Riders
Okay.
for Christ Motorcycle Ministry. Follow me on we also on Instagram too. Righteous
You're
Riders for
on
Christ
TikTok too,
Motorcycle.
because I saw that video the other day.
Well, that's me on
That's
TikTok.
him.
You know what
Yeah,
I mean? That ain't
yeah.
Righteous
Crazy
Riders
self,
related.
man.
All right?
Crazy self.
That's me having fun with the kids.
Yeah.
And showing off my cooking skills. You know what I mean?
Right.
Right, Mr. West?
So Righteous Riders is on Facebook, so they can follow you there,
And on Instagram.
and on Instagram, IG.
And when we have our bike lessons, we put all of our links up there to donate, to sponsor, to do it all.
Okay, so let's talk about your bike blessing. It's coming up in January, February, April. Come on now.
April 23rd, day after my birthday.
Day after your birthday. Well, we ain't worried about the birthday. We talking about the bike blessing.
No, be worried. Bring a gift.
He tried to get
Bring
that
a
plug
gift.
in there. Boom, we
And
knocked
then
that out of there.
Bring a gift and then bring a gift. You know what I
Okay,
mean?
there you go. That part right there.
You
Okay,
gotta give the gift for the fundraiser and the gift for the president.
Okay,
It
all
will
right.
be
There we
April 23rd
I wear size 11.
in New Jersey.
Look here, I've already told Kingdom Alignment about about the bike blessing. So we are in talks right now, putting our calendar and stuff together. So there's a very good chance that we will be there for that bike blessing. So we'll be in touch as time. Huh?
You're talking about talking. Maybe. Might. You see them words? Those are key words. Possibly.
Look, man. Look here, man. Look at here. Look.
You know what I mean?
If I say we gonna be there and something happened, you're gonna say, man, that dude was lying. So I'm gonna say,
I'm gonna say he really tried
promise and over deliver. Come on now, you know how it works.
I'm gonna say he really tried because he thought he was gonna come. But right now, he just told y'all maybe.
That may be strong though.
We hope to see you there.
There we go. Thank you. See, thank you for walking in your purposes. Thank you so much. My goodness. Oh man, this is beautiful though, man. So any advice that you want to leave with any of the potential listeners as it relates to going through difficult moments and how that relates to your purpose?
If you can't be with the one you love, love the one you're with.
As long as he ain't break out singing the song.
No.
I thought about it.
No.
Yo,
Thank you for that. Vita, come on and help us out here.
My
like
favorite my favorite is Trouble Don't Last Always.
Trouble don't last always. That's
the
good.
right advice. The right advice. One, be in love with your spouse. Like, go back to that loving time. Don't we all grow, and that was shaky from us being together at a young age. Like, you're not going to be that same person you was at 16, 17 years old.
Yeah.
As you become an adult, like I said, you may have thought you was going to the NBA, which I did, and you may have thought you was going to be a Dallas cheerleader.
I never wanted to be a Dallas cheerleader.
Oh, whatever. You cheerleading for something. Anyway, and things change. Things change. Personalities change. Even group of friends change. Like, but if you stick to that love part that you fell in love with, and always seem to find that, and always find time with each other. Like, we always try to get away and just be together outside of outside influence and
jobs,
and cheering,
houses,
and cheering. You know, you don't want the cheering around all the time because we can just get rid of the cheering. Everything would be nice. Kids for sale. Only 50 cents. It's not a big expense.
I don't know where we.
Oh my god.
Oh, you frozen now.
Go.
We done broke the internet.
Looks like we got some. Say it again.
I said we broke the internet. You're frozen.
Yeah, okay, we're back now. We're back. You know,
And
in the words of Ariel, you know, it's
it
because I
wasn't
got that
progressive
bodega
either.
Wi-Fi. I got that bodega Wi-Fi, you know.
Papito from the
But
Bronx Wi-Fi. You got that right there.
yeah, from the Bronx,
Oh,
you know.
Let me find out you can use the Wi-Fi. I swear.
Let's
Okay,
see.
man,
Sarah
your plan
Gonzalez
was wrong.
says,
Keep it moving.
she says, you guys have a strong foundation with each other and in God. So no matter what came and shook your lives, you made it through together. Pray for God to continue to bless you guys and the fam and your ministry. Let
Thank
me
you,
ask you this.
Sarah.
Yeah, thank you, Sarah, for those kind words and that prayer. Um, but let me ask you this as we, I guess, get ready to bring it to a close here in just a little bit. How do you deal with things that would draw you away from your purpose?
That's a good question.
I don't know what things
Yeah.
could try to draw me away. You got to give me an example.
Okay, so here you are, you're doing something that you feel in your heart God has called you to do. Let's just use the Sickle Cell Foundation. You're doing that, and then another opportunity comes about. But if you follow that, it's gonna pull you away from what your purpose to do.
Priority.
Priority.
Prioritize.
Okay, prioritize. Okay, okay,
Prioritize. Right? Is
okay.
it worth it? What is this going to do? And is it worth turning away from the Sickle Cell Foundation? Is it worth, where is it going to put us? What is it that we actually chasing?
Mhm.
Now
Yeah.
you're talking about me getting a record deal. Now we got something to talk about now. You know what I'm saying? I might have to pull away. I'm gonna get the record deal and I'm gonna donate back to the Sickle Cell Foundation.
There you
Full
go.
circle.
So you got
Right now,
strategy.
I'm talking about
Okay.
the record deal. See, when somebody come knocking and sign the deal, don't ask me for no money.
You're not gonna be that 50-year-old rapper, are you?
Ain't nothing Jay-Z doing it. What's the problem?
I'm saying, but he done started much young. What we gonna call you? 40
I
Cent? We gonna call
started.
you 40 Cent?
I'd be 20. I'd be 25 cent. You know what I
Okay.
mean?
But
I'm
I,
happy you thought it was 40 cent.
I asked that question because so many times we're on to something good and we may not have got to the fullness of it. We may not have got to in other words, it hasn't come full bloom yet. And so sometimes we're drawn away. The Bible says we're drawn away and enticed of our own lust. But sometimes we're drawn away from our purpose for the party opportunity or for the for the glitz and the glamour. But it doesn't last, and I just think that we need to be careful about that. And when I say we, I'm talking about anybody who's listening right now,
Exactly.
because the enemy is so shrewd when it comes to that, man, getting us off course. I preached a message one time: don't let a decoy
Yes,
cause a
man.
detour, you know.
We
And
had that
and so,
conversation today.
This is
oh, you
crazy.
did you?
That
Wow. Okay.
conversation because we trying to we both want to work for ourselves, but currently we don't. I mean, she got a great job with Johnson and Johnson. I got a great job with New York City Transit. Is affording us the life we have,
Mhm.
and we're still not happy there. You still got to get up and go to work for whoever. And her issue is she find herself working under. I hope no bosses is listening, but she find herself working under people.
Not this one.
She love her boss, but she find herself working under people sometimes that she knows she's smarter than. And I know a lot of people deal with that. It ain't nothing like having a boss that don't know, and then you have to
Tell
show
me
and
about
they
it.
get correct.
Yeah.
And me, I deal with people all day on the bus. They ain't got their fare, and they just don't want to pay. And it's day
Enough
in and
said.
day out, back and forth, traffic and bikes and dogs and people want they service animals. Somebody use a snake as a service animal. You know how afraid of snakes
Wow.
I am. I said, let that dude try. That didn't happen on my bus. This has been a
Yeah.
problem.
Yeah.
This is my service animal. This has helped me cope with my anxiety. I have to carry it. Yeah, not on this bus. You want
Right.
you and your snakes could go ahead that way. But
That way.
and I was telling her today, I was like, I've been getting lately the feeling that I just want to jump out the window. Not commit suicide. Don't twist my words. But I just want to just jump out and try like our business ventures that we had lined up. And it will cause sacrifice and it'll cause setback, if it don't work out the way we hope that it will, the way we plan that it will. But lately it's just been so strong on me, and that's why we had that discussion today. And that's another thing is important. That's good advice. Talk to your wife, your husband about your plans in detail so that y'all on the same page. Don't try to surprise them with oh, look what I did and this, that, and that.
Right.
And it works better if y'all both chasing it. If you got a team player, y'all both chasing it. So now it's two heads is better than one. She's thinking on this level, I'm thinking on that level. We bringing it together and trying to find a way to make it work.
Nice.
And I think we're there. It's just, as the hustlers would say, scared money don't make money.
Right.
And it's like, man, we're trying to get a bigger house. We want to move from where we are. As I say, I want a house where I got some elbow room. And I mean, I don't want my neighbors touching me like they are now. Our house is a joint. We had a townhouse. We came out of the Bronx. I thank God for this place. It was a big deal. We went from neighbors up over us and under us and on the left and on the right to just the neighbors on the left and the right. And now I don't want my neighbor house close enough for me to hit with a rock, and I can throw pretty far. So
yeah.
I want some land. I can afford it now. You know what I mean? There's opportunity there. But that means I have to stay where I'm at as far as with transit. So it's like jump on the business venture or move. And that's where we are right now. It's like,
well, I pray that God give you wisdom, insight, direction, and instruction. Because sometimes God will give us instructions, and but we miss the directions, and then sometimes we get the directions, but we miss the instructions. And so my wife says sometimes we move quickly without seeing the big picture and get off course. That's true. And then the Bible even talks about, count up the whole cost, and so again, I'll be praying with you guys. That God will give you wisdom, insight, direction, instruction, and all that good stuff that comes along with it. My wife says, just continue to seek God. And here's something that I found out. You tell your vision to the wrong person, they'll be throwing all kind of salt on it, and they can't dream on that level that you're dreaming on. So you got to be careful who you bring your dreams to. Joseph did that, and he found himself in prison.
Right.
Like my father,
and that was for a purpose, though.
It was. You're right. It was, man.
It was for a purpose, though.
True indeed.
And I believe, I really believe, like he's never let us down. I don't like when people say he's never failed me yet. Like it's gonna happen. He's not gonna happen.
Right.
He's never gonna fail me. We always come through it. We are like undefeated on getting through situations. The housing market crash. Everybody's losing their houses. We sitting there holding on by the thread of $1. Like if we miss one paycheck, we losing this place. And we made it through the grace of God.
Praise God,
we
man.
made it. She people losing jobs, she's getting promoted. It was crazy. And I'm like, he got us. Let's just go for this venture.
Well, when you're walking in purpose, stuff like that tends to happen. Like I said, you got to walk through some pain before you can walk in your purpose. Now, excuse me, Hazel, is she one of the righteous riders?
Yes.
She is a future righteous rider.
You claim it now. Come on now. Get that bike. Do that thing.
She's a prospect and she's a rider. Y'all watch out now.
Yeah, come on now.
And she kicked down our door.
Nice.
I'm here. Let's get to work.
Yeah, that part right there.
I got a prospect moving like she's been a member for 7 years.
Yes.
I'm ready to get on the originals patch.
There you go. Well, Hazel says walking in your purpose is another form of worship. Another form of worship. Address that. How so? And Hazel, telephone number is 980-222-4492. Hazel, if you're available, give us a call. I'd love to hear your perspective. Now, I will say that I agree, but I'd love to hear your perspective if you are available. Again, the telephone number is 980-222-4492. Walking in your purpose is another form of worship. Now, we were created to what? You a deacon, so you'd have been to church once or twice. We were created to do what? To worship God. We were created to worship the Lord.
Created to worship.
Yes, yes. And so, when you talk about purpose, it's what you were created for. It's you know, it's and so when we are walking in what when we are walking in what we were created for, it glorifies God. Therefore, it is a form of worship. You know, so
Mhm.
I was interested to hear Hazel's perspective on it, and I can understand if she's not available to call in. But nevertheless, you guys have been great tonight. I appreciate you being open and transparent with your story. Your twins. Give me the name of the twins. I got the name of the baby. What's the name of the twins?
Kendall and Terrell.
Kendall and Terrell. I had a buddy named Terrell back in the day, man. Real cool dude.
I
Oh,
named
hold
them
on.
boys.
Let's see.
Uh-oh.
All right, you're live on the Retro Philosophy Show. There we go. You're
Say
live
it.
on the Retro Philosophy Show. How you doing tonight?
Yeah, you're the only one that can hear her.
Okay,
Oh,
can
there
you guys hear her?
Yeah.
Okay, Hazel, I take it right?
Yes, this is Hazel.
Yeah, I'm walking in that prophetic anointing right now. Yeah, I knew it. I knew it. I knew it. Something told me deep down in my
You
shanana.
felt it in your shanana.
Yeah, down in my shanana. The Lord is speaking tonight, Hazel. Hazel, how you doing tonight? Thank you for being a part of the Retro Philosophy Show. So you said walking in your purpose is another form of worship. Can you elaborate on that?
Well, what it is that everything that we do, once we're doing it and we're doing it to God, He gets the glory.
Mm-hmm.
And so with Cory and Vita, whenever they put God first in everything that they do. And so because they put God first, God always comes through for them. And He says, I seek Him to worship me.
Mm-hmm.
That's the word of God. God says, I seek you to worship me. So when they put God first, that allows their purpose and the doors to open for them.
Nice.
So it's a form of worshiping because you put God first. In whatever you do, you don't sit on the premises, but you stand on God's promises. Now, don't get me preaching. I'm going to behave myself right now.
Come on now.
But
I hear your island coming out on you. You know.
Yeah, she's an elder too.
I am Jamaican.
Yeah.
Right.
I
It's
see.
when you're able to stand on God's promises, God opens the door. So whatever you set your hands to,
Mm-hmm.
He makes that way. He do the unthinkable. And when you think about what Cory and Vita has been through, it's a testimony all by itself.
Absolutely.
This is something that encouraged somebody that says, well, if they're so young and they can do it, then so can I.
Amen.
Because I put God first, God will do the rest.
He will do the rest. You're
And
right.
that was what I meant by walking in your purpose is another form of worship.
So Hazel, how long have you known this power couple?
Well,
5 to 6
husband
years.
know them about, oh Lord.
Does her husband ride with you guys too, Cory?
Yes, from time to time. This is how it happened. We went to an event.
Say about 20 years or more.
Okay.
My husband knows them, and I met them through my husband about 7-8 years ago.
Okay.
6 years.
Yeah,
It's been 6
So,
years.
my husband knew them
you hear
from
me?
State.
Can you hear Cory and Vita? Hazel, can you hear them?
No, I can't.
Oh, okay.
All right. So
She can't hear you guys.
Tell her it's been 6 years. Oh, 5.
Cory said it's been 6 years.
Okay.
And we her husband knows,
but senior citizen.
all right,
But
her husband.
I knew them he's right, about 6 years.
Okay.
But my husband know them from Frog's Neck days, from back in the days.
Yeah.
But we didn't know who he was.
Right.
He was
Hazel,
he was friends with my family before I met him.
Gotcha. Well, Hazel, we appreciate you calling in and sharing that perspective. Thank you for that comment and thank you for calling in. Okay.
Yes, no problem.
And when
All
I
right,
come to
God
the
bless.
bike blessing, I guess I'll see you with your vest on and all that good stuff probably by then.
Hey.
Okay, all right. What part of
Don't
Jamaica
get
you
none of
from, Hazel?
I am from St. Andrew.
Oh, okay, all right. Well, God bless you. When
Yeah,
I get
from
there,
St. Andrew through the Bronx.
okay, all right. Well, God bless you,
You
ma'am.
make
Okay.
a mean jerk chicken, man. I'm
bless
telling you.
All right. Bye bye.
Yep. Amen. So Corey, Vita, that's beautiful because while you're going through difficult moments, you're still, even though you're being transparent, being human, and in your opinion, you think you just got a crazy case of allergies, but yet and
Definitely
still,
allergies.
the allergies, definitely allergies, but somebody else sees you letting God shine through you. So even in our weakest moments, God can still shine through us. I believe the Bible says something along the lines
And
of
he is
his
weak
strength is
when
made
I am
perfect
weak.
in our weakness.
In our
Yeah.
weakness. That's when
Mhm.
God has to step in. When you
Yes,
move out the
indeed.
way, when you're no longer able to carry yourself.
Right.
Footprints in the sand,
There you go. I love that poem and that little thing. So
Yeah, it's one of
anything
my
you want to
favorites too.
Yeah, it is. It is. Anything you want to leave the listeners with on tonight?
My Cash App is
Oh my God.
No, real talk. Put it out there, man.
No.
Put it out there. Hey, look, mine's up there on the screen. Shoot, you think I'm playing? Put that thing in the comment section.
Listen, support retro philosophy. This is a
Oh,
great
come on, man.
thing. Share it, like it, tell a friend to tell a friend that they missed it. Cory was hilarious. He made the show. Had not been for us, nobody would know what this show is.
There you go, man. Yo, he a mess, man. I don't know what you can do with that dude right there, man. Do you got the receipt? You done lost the receipt, didn't you? That's why you're still with him. I knew it was
There's
something.
no returns on this product. You dig?
Good God
stuck with
Almighty.
it.
The store don't
What-
even want it back.
No.
They say you yours now.
What Amazon told us when you bought me that speaker?
Keep
They would
it.
keep it. They said keep it. Matter of fact, we'll send you the money for it.
Just keep it.
Just keep it.
Bought me a
Well,
speaker, couldn't return
I
it.
tell you, man, Vita, I feel for you. You got to keep him now. I mean, nobody else want him. He yours.
Stop.
This is why we
Stop.
laugh, though. He keeps me laughing. All of these years, I still think he's hilarious.
She just pinched
That's
me
all
like
right.
15 times through this whole show. My waist is on fire. She's telling me to
so she
stop
with them pinchers too.
it. Yeah. She's talking about some stop. I told you get 5 jokes. You didn't get like 16. I told you I don't want you acting silly. This guy is
We got to get him on. We got to get him back on for the comedy hour, Vita.
She wanted to take him serious. Like, you like the player too much. I'm like, nah, it's retro. He cool, man. She's like, nah,
Yeah,
everybody
it's all
don't
good,
think
man.
you funny. That's what she keeps saying. Everybody don't think you funny. Stop.
He got it honest though. He got it honest. He
This
did.
is
He
him.
did. He did. Yeah.
This is really him. This is
Well,
not an
look here. We appreciate you guys for being with us on today. We definitely got to get you guys back on the show. As a matter of fact, we'll probably even get you over on the What's Love Got to Do with It show. And so we'll be in touch with you guys on that. And we gonna see what we can do come April. We're gonna see what we can do come April 23rd.
Just got commitment issues. Huh?
Make sure you
beautiful post. Mrs. Philosophy.
Yeah.
Let's talk about when he proposed to you.
Hey, man, look at here, man.
Get on here. Come on, hurry up.
We was young when we got married, man.
I'm not talking to you. 980-222-4492. Mrs. Philosophy.
Hey, look, she downstairs. She downstairs. She can come
Come
up
upstairs, love. Come on.
You're being summoned.
There's room right there next to him. There's room at the table. God bless y'all. Powerful story. No, come on upstairs.
No, we need to go to bed.
Yeah, me too, man. We ain't messing with you, Cory. We ain't messing with you.
Me being inappropriate. What we talking about? Trying to get me to bed. That's how we got the kids. We got man. You gotta stop. Slow down. The family show.
Well, I tell you, man. Cory, you a mess, man. You a mess, man. I tell you, man. If all else fails, man, you definitely got a future in comedy. Okay.
Yes, he does.
I don't know about rapping and singing and all that stuff right there.
Listen,
but the comedy hour is calling your name, man. It's calling your name.
It's a package deal, all right?
Okay.
Deal. You gotta get the comedy, you're gonna get the laugh, you're gonna get the singing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You might even get a little clog dancing. You know what
Oh
I'm saying?
Lord Jesus,
I
not
get
the
my river
clogs.
dance on too. Yeah, man.
Thanks,
I get my river
thanks
dance.
for having us.
You're welcome, Vita. You're so
We
welcome.
enjoyed
You're
it.
so
We're
welcome.
always kicking people out, man. We gotta
We're
have
looking,
company at the
we're
house.
looking
She be
forward
like,
to.
"Y'all can go ahead. It's time for us to go to bed." I'm like, "Oh, here she go."
Hey, look at him, man. You already know what it is, man.
He has to be to work at 5:30 in the morning.
So
Drive that bus, and I'm gonna
Exactly.
make sure I text that guy and tell him to be out there with his service snake too.
see, I'll be trying to help you out. So that's why you ain't got no friends now. See, next time on the show,
Hey, look at him,
why
man.
why retro don't have friends? This is
There,
number.
there you
This is
go,
problem
man.
number one. He prey on your weakness.
There you go. That
Not a
part
good
right
one.
there, man.
Bring a
Hey,
snake
man.
to White Blessing.
Biggest
Yeah,
thing.
yeah,
You
yeah.
won't.
Make sure you get me the flyer once you guys get it together. I got the dates, but give me the flyer so that way we can go ahead and promote it on the Retro Philosophy Show. And y'all hold tight, okay?
Yes.
Look at here, folks. We want to thank you for being a part of the Retro Philosophy Show on tonight. I had a ball hanging out with Cory and Vita, and Cory ain't got no sense, man. And you know what? And he ain't looking for none. Trust me, he ain't looking for none. You know, he got a GPS map, all that stuff. He ain't looking for no sense, though. He ain't looking for no sense. You know. But again, it's been real, man. I got to go, man. I got to get up early tomorrow. He get up early. We all got to get up early. And we just want to thank you for being a part of the show. Hopefully, something was said to encourage you. And just in case somebody might be watching who may also have sickle cell, or you may have a family member, loved one, or friend that may have it as well, we want you to be encouraged and know that number one, God is still a healer. And in spite of what the doctors may say or think, don't allow that to rob you of your faith. You have purpose. Walk in it. You might have to walk through some pain before you can walk in your purpose. It's your boy Retro with you with a little retro philosophy for tonight. I'm gonna go ahead and pay a few quick bills, okay? Look at here. I want you guys to know that there is a young lady in town. Her name is Tanisha Schoolfield, and she has a shop here in Statesville, and it's Creations by TYS. She's having a small business Saturday. $5 off purchase of 50, $10 off purchase of $5 off purchase of 10. $10 off purchase of 50, 15 off purchase of 65, and 20 off purchase of 100. She also has the online codes. If you want a copy of this, just inbox me, let me know, and I'll make sure I get one out to you. That way you can go ahead and shop with her online. Okay, this piece that you see me wearing tonight, this is one of her pieces. She does great work, y'all. She always keeps me blinged out and all that good stuff, man. And she does all kind of custom work as well. So make sure you go and check her out. And also, and by way of promoting, because that's what the Retro Philosophy Show is all about. It's all about promoting our brothers and our sisters. We had Latasha Poe with us a few weeks ago. She authored a book called a Spiritual Guide to Living a Focused Life. We want you to make sure you go and check her out, latashapoe.com, I believe it is, to get your copy of her book. I got my copy and I've been thumbing through it. So we want you to make sure you keep that on your radar and go check out Latasha Poe. You can find her here on Facebook. She's a friend of mine. So make sure you go and befriend her and request your signed copy of Focused, a Spiritual Guide to Living a Focused Life. Last but not least, we got my homeboy Alton Penn, Intimacy Beyond the Bedroom. All right. Now, pre-sale has already started. You can get your signed copy as well. You can go over to his Facebook page, Alton Penn, and get you a copy. Mine's is on the way. It's in the mail. It's in the mail, y'all. I believe in supporting our people. So, I want you to do the same as well. If you have something that you are proud of, contact your boy Retro, and we'll get you on here as well, and we'll showcase your talent and in your product. Okay, I'm out of here. God bless you, and heaven smile on you in the wonderful, mighty, matchless name of Jesus.
Philosopher? Yes, yes, yes.
Good evening, good morning, good night, good day. It's your boy Retro. Thank you for pressing play.